Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Second and 9 now. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Bronco 80.
Operating from the gun, Irving. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
70. Go.
Back to throw. Irving. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Working downfield, he's got Thornton. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. 23 yards the pickup there.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
79, bro. 70 Lions.
Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
18 Rattler. 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown Raiders. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. A dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from the Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
On first down, back to Achane. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that game.
Here's Stroud. A short throw to Musgrave. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a third down and 3.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Now Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Houston.
All right.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Achane on first and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through how you step and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on first and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Benson going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here we go.
Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal from the 5. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Texans football to start quarter 2, as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing at 7-3. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? Viking, 18, Rattler, 18, 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Kill, turn up.
60 Maverick.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is Smith to the ground. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Las Vegas, first down.
19, here we go.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready? Go!
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Come on. Set! 60 Bobcat! Ready?
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Carlson is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
On first and goal, Howard. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3.
Raiders 17, Texans 3.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Las Vegas.
Oh, good return up past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Again, it's Achane. And a decent game there as A takes us to the 2-minute warning. 53 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. Second down and 3. Stroud to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. The slot man in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Stroud. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jamison Williams, 45 yards. And the Texans take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
At the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. Irving. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion for him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
19 Tiger. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Dragon 60. Come on, Victoria 70. 20, 19 Lions.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
From the gun on third down, Irving. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Arian Smith, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Texans 10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now 2nd and 3. And Stroud now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And the Raiders have got him. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Stroud looking to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll send Williams in motion right. And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Here we go. 18.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing now is Stroud. He's going to air one out. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Stroud. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1. Just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that because so many times you go into the half after playing well and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. Operating from the gun, Irving. There's a short one complete to Harris. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Buffalo 18. Cut 19. Cut 19.
From the gun on 3rd down, Irving. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Las Vegas sending out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Okay, ready?
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19, Mustang, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Irving. That is caught. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Come back, team. 70 Lions.
Looking to throw. Irving. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
Ready up.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Back to throw. Irving. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Cardinal, 8, Panther 11, Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. Irving. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
On 1st down, it's Benson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw. Stroud. Right side to Williams. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again. Here the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Texans 24.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Come on, come on.
And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
Operating from the gun, Irving. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
79 Broncos. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Mustang 19. Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And out across midfield down to the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Start. 70 Lions. Trap 60. Trap 60. Go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
60 Eagles. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Warriors 70. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Looking to throw. Irving. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready, ready?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Come on.
By the end around, here comes Smith. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive will take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
60 Bobcats. Cowboy 80.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Throw left side complete. That's Thornton. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
And the Raider first down.
Smash,
and goal at the 1-yard line.
Cougar 19.
The Raiders, they are Super Bowl bound. Thanks for watching, and good night. And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.